magic. We love the world. We fell in love with that world.
Yeah, B, shut up.
What's up, tea lovers? Welcome to the Rebel Tea House, where the takes are hot and the spills are unavoidable. I'm your host, the ever-steeped Figured Base, and joining me is...
Jane Olivia, making sure we don't spill too much, and doing my best to keep our teacups clean and our host cleaner.
Well, we have a deliciously delectable lineup today. Jane, what's on the menu?
Sure. So today we'll be talking about my new favorite Go Wide card and how it's taking over Standard. We're just going to be talking a little bit more about more potential leaks. And we're going to be talking about a really wacky initiative involving Universes Beyond that I'm sure won't be confusing for anybody. So today we're going to be talking about Cory Steelcutter, which is this really cool red card for 1 and a red artifact. It's an equipment, and I know generally equipments are super fucking bad, but this one has a little bit of spice to it. B, what does it do?
Cory Steelcutter is a 1 colorless, 1 red mana artifact that anytime you cast your second spell to the turn, you get to make a 1/1 prowess monk, and it automatically equips to it. It also has an equip cost of 1 colorless and 1 red, but this is a card that has taken over Standard and Modern, surprisingly, which me and Jane talked about in the technically first secret dead drop episode that is only available to our paid members of the first and higher tiers. So if you guys want to see the, technically first episode of this show,
Our sloppy pilot.
Yeah, our very sloppily done pilot. No, it was a blast. It was a great time. It's really good. We talked about Cory Steelcutter. It was one of the cards that we picked to take over Modern, and we were correct. We were like, oh, this card is Jake. This card is crazy. It's like doing the most insane things. Like, oh, we're just gonna make this won't be a problem in Modern with all these 0-drop spells like Box Opal, Mox Amber, Mishra's Bubble, Tormund's Crypt. I mean, the list is endless. And then even in Standard, it's like insane. And is it prowess? I think all the red aggro decks are now playing a playset.
At least 3 different versions of red aggro that are playing it. I've seen some pixie builds picking it up, and obviously we made sure to pick up copies really early before it spiked in price, right, B?
Oh yeah, exactly. But yeah, turn 1 you put your Heartfire hero. Turn 2 you just play an Emberheart Challenger, and then turn 3 you go Cory Steelcutter. I promise I know how to talk. And then you play like a monstrous rage, and then you just have a huge board and a huge presence. And I'm sure the sequencing on that is incorrect, but
yeah, with a bunch of cantrips, you can end up pretty much double spelling every turn, getting extra creatures every turn while still advancing your normal game plan. And yeah, it just snowballs out of control really quick. I feel like in most games that I've been playing with it, anytime I get 2 of them, I'm probably winning that game.
Yeah, this Go Wide strategy of Cory Steelcutter, I feel like is going to be the number 1 deck number 1 card we're going to see show up at RC Minneapolis, which I will be at.
I will not, but I'll be happily saying hi to people at Hartford. Yes. So you can look for me there. Speaking about going out and showing up, something that showed up recently on 4chan of all places, rest in peace,
yes,
was a test card for a potential Star Trek crossover.
Yes,
you're a Star Trek fan, right?
I am a Star Trek fan, actually. This card is kind of wild to see on a 4chan post that gets sent to Reddit. A lot of people are saying that it could be fake. It shows here test card name Leonard Nimoy, or Star Leonard Nimoy, and then it has the we're gonna put it up here for you guys to see, right?
I thought you said you were a Star Trek fan.
I am a Star Trek fan. I was trying to read the print because it's kind of a blurry photo. Nimoy? Yeah, yes. I was like, wait, what does this say? And then I was sounding it out because it's a little blurry.
Sure.
But the art is gorgeous. It's very much it's a throwback, and I love the oil painting style, and the border on this looks gorgeous. I really think this could be a secret layer for base set that we're getting that's coming up at the end of the year.
I was so certain that we were going to get some sort of Star Wars crossover for that. Disney owns Marvel, and we're getting Marvel stuff, so I figured, Star Wars was a no-brainer for what is it, Space Odyssey they're calling it, or Edge of Eternities?
Yes, Edge of Eternities, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe...
Yeah, but...
Okay, I don't know if you watched this episode of Tolarian Community College where the professor talks about, like, how he feels like Star Wars or Star Trek is going to get a Universes Beyond before Star Wars, if Star Wars even happens, because Star Trek is a little bit cheaper on royalties and getting access to the IP than Star Wars is. I mean, like, well, we'll talk about it soon, but look at what happened with the Marvel Spider-Man set. That's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of Wizards being a little stingy with their royalty money, so Wizards made an announcement today that was so wild that we decided to rush to make an episode because of how wild it was.
Yeah, we were like, oh, this is crazy.
So B sent me this article earlier. B, do you want to outline it for us?
Sure. So I think this is the most insane thing. It says here that there will be a Universes Within version of the Universes Beyond cards, mechanically identical, but with different art, names, and creative flavor. It's supposed to be an initiative that ensures mechanical parity across paper and digital platforms for sets legal in all formats. Basically, WotC is too poor, or somebody somewhere messed up and forgot to be like, oh, hey, we also have like this online trading card game for Magic the Gathering. We know that you have, what is it, Marvel Snap, I think, right? Marvel Snap?
Yeah, Marvel Snap's a mobile game, right? A
mobile TCG game, like similar to Arena, and nobody thought to be like, oh, hey, those are like competing games in the same space. And so, of course, Marvel isn't going to want to, like, no, we're not going to give you online digital Marvel cards when we have our own Marvel Snap cards. Like,
so essentially what it boils down to is that Universes Beyond sets, at least ones that are in all formats, they said, will be Universes Beyond in paper, but Universes Within on Arena, which will have different names, different art.
For
when
Marvel,
we're talking about it here at the Rebellion, it's going to get super confusing, I'm sure, because we'll be talking about one card and paper players will think it's a different card. And honestly, I'm really not sure how they thought this could be a good idea at all.
I know. And like, so it really, I think it really all comes down to is that WotC or Hasbro isn't willing to pay the royalty fees. And I'm sure like Disney and Marvel were asking for a lot of money to have access to those digital IPs, because Final Fantasy and Avatar: The Last Airbender are coming to Arena and MTG Online. Only Marvel's Spider-Man is not coming to Arena and MTG Online. That's where we're going to get the Through the Omen Path set, which is supposed to launch in September. It's just... And I think it's just like incredible that this is happening.
I'm sure everyone has their own opinions on Universes Beyond to begin with. I know I have some that don't necessarily align with everyone's. Not that I particularly mind them. I think like in a game where the whole point is traveling around the multiverse, there's got to be a world for literally everything. But to now intertwine it with this like, okay, yeah, it's kind of here, but also not on this client, just feels like an odd thing to do, especially for newer players who are going to get into the game specifically because of some of these Universes Beyond cards, and then they're going to go to the mobile client or Arena, which I guess would be desktop as well, and they're going to be like, where are all my favorite cards?
Yeah, exactly. Like these cards are just going to be missing on Arena, and they're going to be totally different cards. And also, how are they going to get the art for these cards in such a short amount of time? Like this really seems like an announcement where they realize, oh shit, like we need to start getting stuff like coded and getting ready for Arena for the September launch, because we are in late April or coming to late April, and that's not too far off September, especially when it comes to a massive like 300 card set. And there has been discussions and rumors that maybe these card arts are going to be utilizing AI to get the card art for it.
God, I hope not.
We're hoping.
We have so many talented Magic artists.
I know. And like, hopefully this is going to maybe be a like kick in the eyes for fucking Wizards to realize, hey, Tarkir Dragonstorm is performing so well. I really think Magic the Gathering players want a return to classic Magic lore in that world. Like Aether Drift was fine, and Duskmourn was fine, Bloomborough was fine, but like, give me Phyrexia, give me, you know, Serra Sanctum, give me
Lorwyn, which got pushed.
Yeah, like Eldraine, like was fun, you know. Eldraine was
I love
great.
Eldraine. My favorite.
Like we love Magic, not
taken,
just.
though.
I love Eldraine too. Okay, that's where Oko came from. So like, like also Tarkir gave us Codis.
Okay, right. You do love
Yes,
Codis.
I do love. I
The
got the
twink, right?
Yes, I got the pre-release. Okay, so I went to the pre-release and I got him as my pre-release promo, and I was so happy. I know.
I'm so happy for you.
I know that card's not worth anything, but it's worth so much to me.
Sure.
But like, yeah, I think players in general just want a return back to Magic, and hopefully.
So something that I think is interesting is that I'm curious to see if they will add lore or how they will incorporate Magic IP into these through the Omen Path sets that have like universes within things. Like, are they going to add story for this like universes within set, or is it just going to be like random core set kind of
like,
vibe?
are we gonna get Jace in a Spider-Man cosplay? Like,
well, hold on, no. I'm talking from like a Vorthos perspective. Like, are they going to add lore and stories to these sets and then just like reskin them as paper universes beyond?
Oh, I see.
Or is it going to be kind of the opposite, where like mechanically and flavorfully they are universes beyond, and then they just say, and here's a spider? Like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like, okay, but wait, this is so confusing. Hold on. We have like creature types that are very specific to the Spider-Man cards, right? Like, and so are they gonna have to make that's just so complicated, having to do completely different cards.
Which creature type?
Let me pull it up real quick. So one thing that I'm really worried about is how they're going to use a lot of these creature types and these cards and putting them into the Arenascape. Because like we have, like, take Venom Deadly Devourer, where it's a legendary creature but it's a symbiote villain. Are they going to be able to use symbiote as the card? Is that going to be a copyrighted name, symbiote villain, for Marvel? And same with Spider Human Hero and for Sensational Spider-Man. Like, are they going to be able to use that creature type?
What does a universes within Symbiote look like? And what does a universes within Spider-Human Hero look like? How do you translate that to something that isn't obviously Spider-Man or Venom?
I think the only card that will be fine is Green Goblin Nemesis, which is kind of a cracked card looking at it. It's a legendary creature, goblin human villain. Flying, whenever you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter and target goblin you control. Whenever you discard a land card, create a tapped treasure token. I mean, isn't the Marauding Mako, is that a goblin?
No, I don't think so. It's a shark.
Oh, well, is that a shark goblin? Are you sure?
I'm fairly certain that the shark isn't a goblin.
Okay. I'm sure I'm gonna be proven wrong in post, whenever the...
You're gonna be proven wrong.
I'm sure...
This is what I was talking about when I said cleaning up spells.
I know. I'm sure a lovely, wonderful editor is going to do something.
Leave that in? I'm sure they are.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna leave that in. But yeah, like Pumpkin Bombs, you know, which is an artifact, discard 2 cards, draw 3 cards, then put a fuse counter. This artifact deals damage equal to the number of fuse counters on it to a target opponent. Some of these cards actually can seem kind of mid, you know, like, are they...
Well, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be like commander specific or specific.
But I mean, funnily enough,
the thing that I would be most concerned about is like keeping the parity of creature type, because creature type is an important piece of a card, right?
No, it is.
You know, making sure that like kindred matters is really important. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they flavor things that are similar to like hero or villain. Like, those aren't really creature types we have right now.
No, they're not.
And so I'm curious on how we like get there.
I really think this is going to be a shit show. I think come September, I think it's not going to be good. I think they're going to use AI to do the art to do 300 cards so quickly. I think they're going to mess up the creature typing, or it's just not going to make sense. Like, how are they supposed to make this work? I mean, I'm sure they have people that get paid, to figure it out.
Let's hope that this was, I would love to believe that this is a few years in the making and that they're just rolling out these announcements now. But it does seem like a lot of the decisions that they've made lately, especially when it comes to the Universes Beyond stuff, seems pretty last minute and pretty like, hey, we're going to just change this. Like Lorwyn got pushed, right? So... I'm concerned with the way that these decisions seem to be being made. And that makes me nervous for the future of the game. And don't get me wrong, like I've been loving Magic lately. I've been really enjoying Standard. It seems like they have a really good idea with what they want to do mechanically. But flavor-wise, the Vorthos in me is a little sad.
We're just going to have to hope that Magic the Gathering understands that we want to go back to regular original Magic. We love the world. We fell in love with that world. I understand that the company wants to make a profit, and Magic the Gathering is Hasbro's golden goose, but you're not like these Universes Beyond sets aren't selling well. Look at Assassin's Creed. That did awfully. Like, it did so bad. And looking at Spider-Man set, it looks kind of mid on power level, especially considering how...
I've only seen a few cards.
I know.
It's early to say it's mid power level.
I don't know. I'm willing to bet on it.
Vorthos master at Wizards. JNLE's doing a great job. I'm sure they will continue to. Let's just hope that they're able to give as much attention to the actual story as they are these Universes Beyond sets. Really, all we can do is sit and hope.
That's all the hot gossip for today, babes. But don't worry, there's always more tea brewing.
Oh, definitely. And we'll be back to spill it.
If you want to keep up with the latest tea, hit that subscribe button. Check out our Discord where you can see our unhinged asses a lot more, and where you'll get to see the real behind the scenes chaos that happens.
And don't forget to drop your juiciest takes in the comments. We love a little community spice.
Until next time, keep your brews hot.
And your takes hotter.
Cheers.